A few days after August the 6th, 1945, we started to hear rumors that a horrible, monstrous bomb was dropped on Japan in 2 cities. I grew up imprisoned in American concentration camps, 2 of them, one in the swamps of Arkansas and the other in Northern California. We were in a camp in Northern California called Tule Lake. We didn't know what to believe, but my mother's relatives were in Japan, and she had a sister there. And so we were filled with anxiety, and I remember my mother crying, and I remember my father trying to console her. And we were told that her sister and her son, a 5-year-old, a cousin very close to my age, were there in Hiroshima. We didn't know whether they were alive or dead. That's the horrible memory that we have. And every year I think on that day when we learned of what happened. In fact, in camp we never knew for sure, and the anxiety and the unknown, the uncertainty was the torturous part, especially for my mother. When I was in my early teens, I became very curious and wanted to understand my childhood imprisonment in American concentration camps. And my father explained to me that our democracy is a people's democracy, and it can do great things, but they're also fallible human beings, and they make mistakes. And I overlay that to the grotesque mistake that was made with the use of a nuclear bomb. 75 years have passed since we got those whispered rumors, and I think if you're informed, we live in a very dangerous world now. Even more dangerous, I think, than before. That fallibility of the human animal is what makes that weapon so scary, and it still can happen again. And that's the thought that I get every year early in August. It makes me think profoundly about the perilous condition that we live in. We can and we must stop this irresponsible threat by ensuring that nuclear weapons are never used again.